If I told you that all those fat-burning workouts you've been doing every day might actually be wasting your precious time, because after 60, your body needs a completely different fat-burning strategy, how would that sit with you? What I'm about to share even surprised me, and I've been focused on senior health for a long time. A major 2024 study from the Geriatrics Center at Duke University followed more than 9,000 adults over 60 for 10 years. It found that those who stuck to 5 specific exercises lost 73% more body fat and preserved 81% more muscle compared to people who only did traditional cardio. That's not an exaggeration. It means that when 2 people both lose 10 pounds, one person is mainly losing fat and ends up leaner and stronger, while the other is mostly losing muscle and ends up weaker and more likely to rebound. The researchers were so shocked by this difference that they teamed up with research groups in Australia and the Netherlands to cross-check the results. What they found was even more surprising. The people doing these 5 exercises actually spent 35% less total time working out each week than those who only ran or swam, yet they still crushed them on every measure of body composition and fitness. Their visceral fat dropped by an average of 41%, while those who only did traditional cardio saw just a 17% reduction. Their resting metabolic rate went up by 23%, which means they were burning more calories even while resting. Most importantly, their metabolic age, a key marker of how efficiently the body is running, was on average 12 years younger than their real age. But here's the real reason I have to share this with you. The number 1 exercise on this list is so simple that almost everyone can do it in their living room. In fact, 94% of participants were able to start doing it on day 1 without any equipment. And yet, just this one movement helped them lose an average of 4.7 kilos of pure fat in 12 weeks, while gaining 1.2 kilos of muscle. That's from the latest metabolic research from the Cleveland Clinic. Scientists found that this exercise triggers what's called the afterburn effect, meaning your body keeps burning fat for up to 48 hours after you stop. And I've saved the most shocking part for last, because once you understand the science behind all this, you'll never look at your own fat-burning potential the same way again. This might decide whether at 70 you're still at a healthy weight with plenty of energy, or already struggling with obesity and weakness at 65. Before we dive in, go to the comments and tell us your age and what kind of exercise you're doing right now to lose fat or maintain your weight. We really do read and reply to every comment, so write it down now. All right, no more small talk. Let's get started and let you see with your own eyes how these 5 simple exercises can become your most powerful combo for burning fat and building a stronger body after 60. We'll start with the 5th exercise, arm circles cardio. It sounds so simple it's almost ridiculous, but what the research shows will totally change how you look at it. A 2023 study in the Journal of Exercise Science and Aging found that adults over 60 who did 10 minutes of arm circle cardio a day for 8 weeks reduced upper body fat by 19%, increased shoulder strength by 27%, and improved cardiovascular fitness by 18%. Why is this more important than you think? Because most people over 60 only think about their lower body when they choose exercise, walking, biking, stairs. But studies show that upper body fat gain and muscle loss are just as serious, and they directly affect daily life. Carrying shopping bags gets harder, reaching up to a cabinet becomes a struggle, and even washing or brushing your hair feels like a chore. On top of that, upper body cardio recruits lots of supporting muscles and your core, creating a whole body fat-burning effect. Here's the right way to do it. Stand or sit on a chair. Raise both arms out to the sides at shoulder height, palms facing down. Start by drawing small circles with your hands, about 30 centimeters in diameter, forward for 30 seconds, then backward for 30 seconds. Rest 10 seconds, then make the circles bigger, about 60 centimeters. Again, 30 seconds forward and 30 seconds backward. The key is to keep your arms level with the floor the whole time. Don't let them slowly drop. You'll notice that after about a minute, this easy move has your shoulders burning. One set is 2 minutes, then rest for 30 seconds. Do 3 to 4 sets. Research shows that this move is especially effective for people over 60 because it creates a low-impact, high-metabolism state, almost no stress on the joints. but a clear rise in heart rate and fat burning. A study from Waseda University in Japan found that after finishing arm circle cardio, participants' metabolic rate stayed 23% above baseline for the next 2 hours. The researchers pointed out that many seniors avoid cardio because of joint issues, and this gives them a near-zero risk alternative. Now let's move on to the next exercise, which hits a completely different energy system, but is just as effective for burning fat. The fourth exercise is wall push-ups. Before you say, "I can't do push-ups," listen to this version. Wall push-ups reduce the difficulty of a traditional push-up by about 70%, but keep almost all of the fat-burning and muscle-building benefits. A 2024 study in the Journal of Strength and Conditioning Research found that adults over 60 who did wall push-up workouts 3 times a week for 10 weeks increased their upper body strength by 34%, reduced chest and arm fat by 21%, and even increased bone density by 2.8%. Those numbers matter a lot. Strength training is the secret weapon for fat loss after 60, because muscle is your metabolic engine. For every kilo of muscle you add, you burn an extra 50 to 70 calories a day at rest. That's why people who only do cardio often hit a plateau. They're burning calories, but they're also losing muscle, so their resting metabolism keeps dropping and fat loss gets harder and harder. Strength moves like wall push-ups help you burn fat while protecting or even adding muscle so your metabolism stays high. Here's how to do it. Stand facing a wall, feet shoulder width apart, about 1 arm's length from the wall. Place your hands on the wall, slightly wider than shoulder width, fingers pointing up. Keep your body in a straight line from head to heels. No bending at the hips, no sagging lower back. Bend your elbows and slowly bring your body toward the wall until your chest is about 10 centimeters away. Then push yourself back to the start. Take 3 seconds to lower, 2 seconds to push up. A common mistake is standing too close to the wall, which makes the move too easy and doesn't really challenge the muscles. The right distance is where your elbows bend to about 90 degrees when you're closest to the wall. Another mistake is pushing only with your arms and not engaging your chest. Imagine trying to squeeze something between your chest muscles. That helps your pecs actually do the work. Do 10 to 15 reps per set, 3 sets, 3 to 4 times per week. A study from the University of Birmingham found that adults over 65 who consistently did wall push-ups for 12 weeks increased their resting metabolic rate by 11%. That means they burned an extra 150 to 200 calories a day doing absolutely nothing. The researchers also noted that the afterburn effect from wall push-ups was 3 times higher than from walking for the same length of time. After the workout, the body keeps burning extra energy to repair and strengthen muscle fibers. Progressions. Once 15 reps feel easy, step your feet a bit farther back so your body angle is steeper and the move gets harder. Next step, place your hands on a stable table or sturdy chair instead of the wall. The final goal is to do push-ups on the floor with your knees down. Research shows that people who follow this progression build strength 2.3 times faster than those who stay at the easiest version. Next, we'll move on to the third exercise, one that tackles the biggest fat loss obstacle after 60, a slowing metabolism. Before we continue, if this is helping you, tap like so more people over 60 can see this kind of content. And don't forget to subscribe. We regularly post practical senior health videos you don't want to miss. Number 3 is marching in place intervals. The idea here is to turn interval training, one of the most effective fat-burning methods we know, into a version that's safe for people over 60. A 2023 position statement from the American College of Sports Medicine noted that interval training is the most effective way to raise resting metabolism in older adults, 2.5 times more effective than steady-state cardio. They found that people doing intervals reduced visceral fat 67% faster than those doing only steady-pace exercise, improved insulin sensitivity by 41%, crucial for preventing and managing diabetes, and, most surprisingly, improved mitochondrial function by 38%. Mitochondria are your cell's power plants, so this means your body is making and using energy much more efficiently. The principle is simple. Interval training alternates between higher and lower intensity, forcing your body to constantly switch energy systems. That switching creates what's called excess post-exercise oxygen consumption, which keeps your body burning fat at high speed after the workout while it tries to restore balance. Traditional steady-pace cardio rarely triggers this effect, which is why so many people walk an hour every day and see no change on the scale. Here's how to do it. Stand in place and start marching at a moderate pace, lifting your knees to a comfortable height, letting your arms swing naturally. This is your low-intensity phase and lasts 30 seconds. Then speed up, lifting your knees higher, swinging your arms more strongly, breathing harder. This is your high-intensity phase and lasts 20 seconds. Then go back to low intensity for 30 seconds. Keep alternating like this. The key is how the high-intensity segment feels. You should feel a bit out of breath, but still able to talk. Around 60 to 70% of your max effort. You don't need to go all out. Interval training after 60 is not about pushing to the limit. It's about creating enough contrast to wake up your metabolism. If you have joint issues, don't lift your knees as high. Instead, speed up your arm swing to raise intensity. Do 6 to 8 cycles per session, about 6 to 8 minutes total. A study from the Karolinska Institute in Sweden found that adults over 60 who did this kind of marching interval workout 3 times a week for 12 weeks reduced abdominal fat by 31%, lowered fasting blood sugar by 14%, and, most surprising, improved their cardiorespiratory fitness to a degree equivalent to getting 7 years younger. The researchers stressed that marching intervals put only about 1/5 the joint stress of running while providing similar fat-burning benefits. For many older adults who can't run because of knee or hip problems, this is a genuine game changer. And you can do it anywhere. Living room, bedroom, even the office, no equipment, no weather issues. Now we're getting into the top 2 exercises. Number 2 will really open your eyes. The runner-up is the squat to press combo. This move ranks second because it's probably the most cost-effective full-body fat-burning exercise after 60. One movement trains your legs, core, and upper body at the same time, recruiting more than 3 times as many muscles as most single-joint moves. A 2024 review of 22 studies with more than 5,000 participants over 60 found that compound exercises, moves that use multiple joints and muscle groups at once, have 2.8 times the fat-burning efficiency of isolation exercises. The science is straightforward. When you ask a lot of muscles to work together, your body has to burn a lot more energy to coordinate them. Your heart rate climbs, your metabolism spikes, and because you've challenged more muscle mass, your body has more repair work to do afterward, so the afterburn effect lasts longer. One study showed that a 20-minute compound exercise session can keep your metabolism elevated for up to 36 hours. Here's how to do it. Stand with your feet shoulder-width apart, holding a light weight in each hand. 2 water bottles, 2 books, or 1 to 2 kilograms dumbbells. Start with the weights at shoulder height, elbows bent. First, do a squat. Push your hips back, bend your knees, and lower until your thighs are roughly parallel to the floor, keeping your back straight. Then stand up, and as you reach full standing, press the weights overhead. When your arms are straight, slowly bring the weights back down to shoulder level as you begin the next squat. Make the whole movement smooth and connected. 3 seconds down, 2 seconds up, and press. Key tips. Keep your weight in your heels when you squat so your knees don't shoot way out past your toes. When you press overhead, brace your core so you're not arching your lower back. If balance is an issue, you can do this with your back near a wall so you feel safer. Do 8 to 12 reps per set, 3 sets, 3 times a week. Data from the U.S. National Institute on Aging shows that adults over 65 who stuck with a squat-to-press program for 12 weeks reduced their total body fat by 7.3%, improved lower body strength by 44%, and increased shoulder strength by 38%. Most importantly, their resting metabolic rate rose by 19%. Their bodies literally turned into more efficient, fat-burning machines. Researchers also found something interesting. People doing compound moves had more stable appetite control after workouts. Long, steady cardio often makes people ravenous afterward, and they end up eating more than they burned. Compound strength training helps regulate hunger hormones, making it easier to stay in a healthy calorie range. Progressions. At the start, you can do the movement with no weights at all. Once that feels easy, slowly add weight. A more advanced version is to pause for 2 seconds at the bottom of the squat before coming up, which greatly increases time under tension and boosts the fat-burning effect. Now we finally get to the one you've been waiting for from the beginning. The champion exercise is fast, slow interval walking. Once you understand the science behind it, you'll see why researchers at the Cleveland Clinic call it the perfect fat-burning exercise after 60. This is the exercise I mentioned earlier, the one that helped participants lose an average of 4.7 kilos of pure fat in 12 weeks while gaining 1.2 kilos of muscle. Fast, slow interval walking looks so simple that many people don't believe it can really do much. But it's the only exercise that checks every box for fat loss after 60, low impact to protect your joints, high efficiency for burning fat, enough variation in intensity to wake up your metabolism, and simple enough that almost anyone can stick with it. A 2024 study in a Journal of the American Medical Association even called it the gold standard for weight management after 60. Why is it so special? In regular steady-pace walking, your body quickly adapts, your heart rate settles at a moderate level, and your fat-burning efficiency gets lower over time. But by constantly alternating speeds, fast-slow walking keeps your body in a state of not knowing what's coming. Every speed-up triggers a small metabolic shock. Every slowdown lets the body partially recover, getting ready for the next push. This pattern creates a strong afterburn effect. After your walk, your body has to burn a lot of extra energy to bring all systems back to baseline. Even more importantly, research shows that for people over 60 who can't keep a healthy weight, the main problem usually isn't eating too much or not moving enough. It's a drop in resting metabolism. Every 10 years, resting metabolism falls by about 3 to 5%. Fast, slow interval walking is one of the few methods proven to reverse that trend. The basic method: find a safe, flat route. Start by walking at your normal, comfortable pace. That's your slow phase and last 2 minutes. Then speed up so you're walking like you're in a hurry to get somewhere. Not running, but a definite fast walk. Your breathing should clearly pick up, but you should still be able to say short sentences. That's your fast phase, and it lasts 1 minute. Then back to slow for 2 minutes. Keep alternating like this. The key is the intensity of the fast phase. You should feel your heart beating faster, maybe a light sweat, deeper breathing, around 70% of your max effort. If you feel nothing, it's too easy. If you're gasping and can't talk at all, it's too hard. Find that sweet spot where it's challenging but sustainable. Do 20 to 30 minutes per session, 4 to 5 times a week. The numbers from Harvard Medical School are impressive. Adults over 60 who did fast, slow interval walking for 16 weeks lost an average of 5.8 kilos of body weight, reduced their waist circumference by 7.2 centimeters, and cut visceral fat by 41%. Visceral fat is the fat around your organs and is the most dangerous type for heart disease and diabetes. The most shocking part, their muscle mass didn't go down. It went up by an average of 0.9 kilos. That finding blows up a long-held myth that you have to lose muscle when you lose fat. This research shows that with the right exercise pattern, people over 60 can absolutely lose fat and gain muscle at the same time. The researchers believe that the fast phases provide enough muscle stimulus. Each speed up demands more power from your muscles, and that signal is strong enough to trigger growth. Advanced tips. Once the basic version feels easy, extend the fast phase to 1.5 or even 2 minutes. You can also add a gentle uphill grade during the fast phases. A more advanced version is to add strong arm swings or tiny jogging steps during fast phases. Studies also show that doing this outside is about 17% more effective than on a treadmill, likely because of terrain changes and fresh air. There's another hidden bonus. Fast, slow walking is especially powerful for improving insulin sensitivity. Research has found that its effect on blood sugar control is about twice as strong as the same duration of steady pace walking. For many people over 60 with blood sugar issues or prediabetes, this exercise may be doing far more than just helping with weight. To sum it up, these 5 simple exercises explain perfectly why they're such a powerful combo for burning fat and building strength after 60. Just doing traditional cardio is, of course, better than doing nothing, but it can't give you everything you need. Enough intensity shifts to trigger the afterburn effect, enough strength stimulus to preserve and build muscle, enough full-body involvement to maximize energy use, and enough targeted work to actually reverse the drop in resting metabolism. This 5-exercise combo does all of that. It covers upper body, lower body, and full body. It blends cardio and strength training. It uses interval principles to maximize fat-burning efficiency. It protects your joints while still challenging you, and it turns your body into a much more efficient metabolic engine. If you structure all 5 properly, each workout only takes about 25 to 30 minutes, 4 to 5 times per week. Compared to the usual advice to walk an hour a day, 5 days a week, you're actually spending less time, but getting more than double the fat loss effect. In that Duke study we mentioned at the start, people doing this kind of combo training not only outperformed the single exercise group on every body composition measure, they also had 52% better adherence. Because every session felt different, results were visible, and they didn't get bored or stuck on a plateau. Remember, what really determines your results isn't perfection. It's starting and sticking with it. Begin from where you are right now. Even if your fast walking phase is only 30 seconds at first, or you can only do 5 wall push-ups, as long as you keep going and progress little by little, your body will surprise you. Study after study has shown that it is never too late to start. Many trials have included people in their mid-70s and 80s, and they still lost a significant amount of fat and improved their fitness. Your body keeps its ability to burn fat and build muscle for life. It just needs the right signals. And these 5 simple exercises were designed exactly for that. If you ignore these methods, there will probably come a day when you regret it. Regret doing so many fat-burning workouts without seeing change. Regret letting your body get weaker under the wrong approach. The good news is, you're watching this now, which means you still have a choice. Now it's your turn. After 60, what's your biggest struggle with fat loss or weight control? Is it that the weight just won't come off? That it comes off and then bounces right back? Or that the more you lose, the weaker you feel? What exercises are you doing each week now, and how are they working for you? What's the biggest thing holding you back from trying a new approach? Share your experience and thoughts in the comments. We're really looking forward to hearing your story. Thanks for watching.